Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Behind me is a new wall of gaming. We've started developing a new one, and as you can see, by not even seeing it, that it's not very well developed yet. We've only gotten 6 pages on there so far, and we've covered maybe 10 games, something like that. You might be wondering, what happened to the old wall of gaming? We took all these black boards, we filled it full of pictures of games. What happened to it? It looked pretty good, right? Well, sorry to say, but the old wall of gaming is dead. Bring it in, Chris, bring it in. Unfortunately, it has perished. You might think, oh, well, this looks good. It actually doesn't. As you can see, it's coming off quite badly. The reason is my AC was off one day, and yeah, it's in pretty shitty shape overall. But my AC was off one day. We left the door open on accident, and yeah, the heat got to it. It's Texas, so it's naturally like 100 degrees all the fucking time. And yeah, the heat messed up the glue. The pages are coming off. They're warped and bent in a lot of places. There was a lot of good games on here. Katamari Damacy, fucking great game. Tomb Raider, Deus Ex. We got right here Hotline Miami, Dead Space. There's a lot of good games on here, and I want to represent all these games again, so don't worry, I'll try to make sure we get as many of the old games on the new one as we possibly can, but this wall is just dead. It's done with. Fortunately, it's dead. We're trying again. We're gonna build it again. We're gonna make a new wall. As you may have noticed back in the last one, we basically took an 8.5 by 11 page and we cut it in half and had one picture here and one picture there. We're changing it up now. We're having like, you know, one up here and then 2 down here, 1 up here, 2 down here. We're trying to get more games on it. We're trying to represent more and more games. Because in the last one, you may have noticed there was a lot of really hardcore games, a lot of action games on there, shooters. And now we want to get as much as we can, a lot of diversity. Cartoony games, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, anything. Indie, big, doesn't matter. Any game we can possibly fit, we want on here. So give us your suggestions. I'm going to be doing this over the next couple of weeks. I'm not doing this in a day or two like I did before. I'm going to actually take your input in building this wall. I have laid the cornerstone, if you will, and we're going to build from here. So far we've got Portal, Grand Theft Auto 5, Borderlands 2, LA Noire, Heavy Rain, Infamous, Little Big Planets, Gears of War, Mario Galaxy, Sly Cooper, that's Arbiter, that's Cortana, that's Master Chief. Yes, I gave an entire pane to Halo, and if you got a problem with that, you can suck it. We got Oblivion, Skyrim, obviously my favorite indie game right now, Hotline Miami, Limbo, my house favorite, which will always have a special place in my heart, Super Meat Boy, I kind of like it, Portal, as I said before. So yeah, we've got a good section of a lot of awesome games right here, and we're going to build off of it. If you've got any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Do you have anything to add, Chris?
I miss the old board.
I do too. We worked really fucking hard on that thing. We spent hours. It was like a 3-day process, honestly. And it's expensive too. Ink is not cheap these days. You know, if you really want to help us out, I've got a link down in the bottom in the description at the very bottom of it. It's a donate link. Feel free to send me money, because it's costing me like $50 an ink cartridge to build this fucking thing. And I'm not exactly the richest man in town, so if you are rich and you want to send me money, I'd love it. Ads don't get us very far, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I guess we're done here. Once again, comment below. So far we've got a lot of ideas. Obviously we're going to do every game that you saw on the last board if we can. You know, obviously we're going to get all the big Sony titles, all the big Microsoft titles, all the big Nintendo titles, and just kind of spread out from there. I'm going to get every major indie game on there because I love indie games. Most of our fans seem to love indie games. Yeah, that's all I can think of. Cheers.